morning. My name is Cedric Ware. I will be presenting a results on the climate survey at Faith Middle School. I hope this information is very informative to you. We're going to begin. Okay, the purpose of a climate survey is one, to collect essential information on the school's environment. Two, we want to make sure that we dissect the quality of teacher, student, and administration relationships. All right, and third, we want to make sure that we identify the strengths and areas of improvement for the school. And fourth, we want to make sure that we measure the progress towards school improvement. Okay, for our demographics of our survey, we surveyed 10 teachers at Faith Middle School, and 3 were males, 7 were female. For the ethnic background, we had 6 teachers that were black, 3 teachers that were white, 1 was Hispanic. And teaching experience, we had a variety of experience. We had 0 to 5 years was one category. We had 2 teachers. 6 to 10 years, we had 1 teacher. 11 to 15 years, there was 1 teacher, and 16 to 20 plus years, we had 6 teachers. So you see there's a good variety of teachers. And then for the 16 to 20 plus years, those are teachers who had a lot of experience with teaching different kids and have seen how education has changed throughout the years. All right, the next category was highest education level. And so 4 of those teachers had a bachelor's degree, and 6 of those teachers had a master's plus degree, so they had a master's or a specialist degree. For its home language, 10 of the teachers, all 10 spoke English. All right, so our areas of interest, and this is kind of dealing with student improvement, safety of students, talk about bullying, student success, student trust, teacher morale, teacher professional development, and parental support. All right, so for the first area of interest, which is safety of students. All right, and I think that this is very important because the environment for the students to be able to learn must be conducive. All right, and so if a child does not feel safe, then they're not really worried about learning. Okay. A question that we asked our teachers were, students fight a lot, and here at Faith Middle School, our teachers strongly disagreed with that and disagreed with that question. Okay, so that's a great indicative of how our environment is here at Faith Middle School. Okay, there's not a lot of fights. Not saying that there aren't any fights, but there are not a lot of fights here. We also asked, do some children carry guns or knives? And all of our teachers, 100% of the faculty, believe that kids are not carrying weapons to the school. The next area of interest we talked about was bullying, okay? And this is pretty interesting. The question asked the teachers, how often do you address bullying at least one time a month? And 50% of our teachers agreed with that statement, and 50% did not, okay? So that, to me, that's kind of half and half. So that's telling me there's a pretty substantial amount of bullying going on inside the school. Next question we asked was, are you able to deter bullying among students? And 100% of our faculty believe that they can do something to deter bullying from students. So 70% strongly agreed, but 30% just agreed. So I think that's still pretty good for our climate here at Faith Middle School. All right, the next was student success. All right, and to me, I think that's big because how the climate of how well our students can be successful when they leave out of middle school or when they leave to go be to whatever profession they're going to is phenomenal. All right. So we asked, most students would not be successful at a community college or university. All right. And 80% of our staff strongly disagree with that statement. They feel that here at Faith Middle School that they will be, you guys and girls will be successful, all right, once you leave from here. Now there's 20% that agree with that statement. The next thing we asked was, are students capable of high achievements on standardized exams? There, 80% strongly agreed. So pretty much about 80% of our faculty and staff believe that you guys and girls are going to be able to go out and pass all the state exams and then be able to go out and be successful in college. The The next area was student trust. All right, I believe this is very key, because if our students do not trust our teachers and trust what they're saying or believe them, then how can we teach them? They're not going to find the information that we're telling them to be relative to what they want to do, or feel that we have their best interests at heart. All right, so we asked our teachers, the students trust the teachers, and 70% of our faculty staff agree with that, and 20% of our faculty staff strongly agree. So we had 10% that didn't agree with that statement. And then the next question we asked was, teachers are not fair to some students. And we had 100% of our faculty believe that the students feel that they are fair. The next area we looked at was teacher morale. And it's just how the teachers feel when they step in the building. How do they feel about coming to work? And if the teachers aren't feeling the climate is not great for them, then they're not going to want to work, and they're not going to give the students their best effort. Okay. We asked if administration trusts my professional judgment, and 90% of our faculty and staff feel that any suggestions or their judgment as a teacher is really supported by the administration. The next question that we asked about teacher morale was looking forward to coming to work. All right, and 90% of our staff enjoy coming to work, which is good. It's a good climate here. I think that's also indicative how where the kids get along and they trust the teachers. Okay, the next area was teacher professional development, and we asked the teachers, are they getting sufficient opportunities to learn instructional methods? And this is a great area to look at, because a teacher needs to feel like they're growing in their profession, they're perfecting their craft. And 90% of our faculty and staff feel that they are getting enough professional development time. The next question that we asked was, are they benefit from more professional development provided by the district? And that's just saying that the teachers are not going out to get their own professional development, that the district is mandating what we must learn as far as our professional development. So that kind of varies. 60% of our faculty agrees with the district, and then 40% they do not agree. And that probably just due to they might want to learn something that's dealing with a whole other subject. And so the district is kind of forcing you to go learn about this as far as developing as a teacher. And the last one we wanted to look at was parent support. And this is big. Also, it takes a village to raise a child. And we're talking about climate surveys, so it must be that parental support coming from the home, okay? And we asked the teachers, parents are supportive of the school and their activities. And 80% agreed, and then 20% strongly agreed. So they feel that the parents are supporting you guys and girls and our students here at Faith Middle School. All right, the next question that we asked was, have the teachers met most of their parents or caretakers? And 50% of our faculty have, and then the other 50 have not. So I think that's some gray area that we can improve on. Okay, when speaking of school improvement, there are 7 correlates of effective schools, and we're not going to discuss all of them, but the 3 here at the bottom that are highlighted: safe and orderly environment, climate of high expectations for success, and homeschool/relations, okay? We'll talk about that on the next couple slides. All right, so a safe and orderly environment, we spoke about bullying, and that was a key area. 50% of our teachers address bullying at least once a month, and that's a problem. So I feel, but also 100% of our teachers felt that they could deter bullying in the situation. So I feel the implication could be that we would implement character education at least once a week. Just take 10 minutes away from the instructional learning, and just take some time putting in character building, and we can talk about bullying, different techniques that kind of deter bullying, and some techniques that you can use if you're being bullied. All right, the next area was climate high expectations for success, and that falls under student success. 80% of our faculty believes that our students will be successful in college or on standardized tests, and I think that implication would be, to get that improvement of that 20%, we could implement what they call CCRPI, it's College and Career Ready Performance Index. And CCRPI is just a roadmap that helps administration, it helps the teachers, helps the students and the parents, make sure that everything is aligned, and as you go from each grade level, that you're prepared for success in college or whatever vocational you decide to go into. All right, home school relations, and of course the subject was parent support. 50% of our faculty believe they have met most of their parents of the students that they teach, and at certain schools I believe that's a great number. But however, I think at Faith Middle School that can be improved. All right, and I think that if we have a parent report card conference day, to where the parents must pick up the report cards, and when they pick the report cards up, that now they can come in conference with the teachers, whether hey, little Johnny's doing a great job, or hey, Trish is not doing a great job, or hey, Trish is 2 points away from making an A. And she might, so now you're building those relationships with the parents. That's the conclusion of the presentation of the climate survey. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. To the first slide. Well, through the climate survey. So we had I think it's the U.S. American Climate Survey, and we passed it out to 10 teachers, and they just circled as far as how they feel. There's 25 questions, and we kind of just took the important information from those certain topics and those 7 correlates and decide, hey, this is how we want to improve our school. And so you basically just taking that information and finding out the area of interest and the needs of improvement for the school.
Now, when you're talking about the teachers, are you referring to the 6th, 7th grade teachers?
Yes, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Yes.
Out of all the topics that you addressed, which do you think should be improved on the most?
Which should I think should be improved on the most?
Yeah.
I would say probably college and career readiness. I think it's just our goal as educators is to have our students prepared for whatever avenue they want to go into. If they want to go to college, whether they want to go to trade school or any vocation, we want to make sure that you guys and girls are all successful.
This was all gathered from 10 teachers?
Yes, 10 teachers. And so we did 10 to make it a small population, but however, if we would say we would do 100 teachers, so if we say 90%, out of 10, that's not, 10%, that's not a lot, that's 1 out of 10 teachers, but if you do 100 teachers, that's pretty phenomenal. Yes.
So you think that, the way you teach about some teachers, you surveyed kids?
No, we didn't survey any kids. This was just a teacher's perspective. But to get the climate survey of the students, we would do the same exact thing for the students. Probably just do a different survey. All right. Well, thank y'all for listening.